Type of liver. Liver works to create movement in the human body. Bones, ligaments, and muscles are the structure that forms liver in the body to create human movement. In simple terms, a joint where two or more bones join together forms the axis or fulcrum, and the muscles across the joint allow the force to move a weight or resistance. Levers are typically labeled as first class, second class, and the third class. All three types are found in the body, but most levers in the human body are the third class lever. The level of first order, that is the first class lever. The first class lever has the axis, that is the fulcrum, located between the weight, that is the resistance, and the force, as we can see in figure. The lever gives a possibility of increasing the power arm in relation to the resistance arm. An example of the first class lever is the pairs of pillars, that is the pliers, or scissor or seesaw. The first class lever in the human body are very rare. One example is hyperextension of neck. The weight, that is the resistance, is the head, the axis is the joint, and the muscular action, that is the force, come from any of the posterior muscles attaching to the skull, such as trapezius. The head keep forward and backward bending. The level of second order, that is the second class lever. In a second class lever, the weight, that is the resistance, is located between the axis, that is the fulcrum, and the force. The same we can see in figure. In this lever, power arm is always longer than the resistance arm. The most obvious example here is the wheelbarrow, where a weight is placed in the bed or the wheelbarrow between the wheel, that is the axis, and the hand of the person using the wheelbarrow, that is the force. In the human body, a example of a second class lever is found in the lower leg when someone stand on tiptoes, as we can see in figure. The axis is formed by metatarsophalanges joint. The resistance is the weight of the body, and the force is applied to calcaneus bone, that is heel, by the gastrocnemius and the soleus muscles through the Achilles tendons. Here, if we take the example, the opening of a door. In this case, the resistance is the mass of the door, the hinge of the door act as a fulcrum, and the force is applied by the hand at the end of the handle of the door. And if we take the example in human body, while push up, while performing this exercise, the resistance is the weight of the body, the fulcrum is the point of contact of feet with the ground, and the arm muscles that provide necessary force. The level of third order, that is the third class lever. In this class of lever, the point of application of force lie between the fulcrum and the resistance. In this lever, the resistance arm always remain longer. It means more force required to overcome a given resistance. For example, elbow flexion. In a third class lever, the most common in the human body, the force is applied between the resistance, that is the weight, and the axis, that is the fulcrum. There is a numerous third class lever in the human body. One example can be illustrated in the elbow joint. The joint is axis, that is the fulcrum. The resistance, that is the weight, is the forearm, wrist, and the hand.